I watched 5 children enter the factory that day, and only one left with his original bone structure. Oompa, loompa, doompity-doo. I've got another puzzle for you. When this case first went public, I received a cease and desist from Mr. Wonka in the form of a singing telegram. And I took that as a threat.
I wouldn't do that. I really wouldn't.
Mr. Wonka has referred to his employees as replaceable. I would like to see Mr. Wonka attempt to reverse a marshmallow explosion. Have you ever had to row a boat down a chocolate river while a Victorian child screams in German? Anyone?
You're an inhuman monster!
Reckless endangerment, child mutilation, Class A FDA violation. Not once was emergency services called. Not once, not even when that girl was getting ripped to shreds by a squirrel.
Help. Police.
That's obstruction of justice. That's obstruction of justice with gobstoppers.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal.
The only union that Mr. Wonka supports is the union between capitalism and child endangerment. The chocolate river will run red with blood.
The suspense is terrible. I hope it'll line up.
Mr. Wonka used the Oompa Loompas as alibis, as witnesses who could not talk. Until today. We work in a death trap with a gift shop and edible plates. Mr. Wonka had his employees perform, song and dance, while a child drowned in a chocolate river.
And now details on the sudden announcement that has captured the attention of the entire world.
If I pushed a child into a chocolate river, I would be in prison. Those same rules do not apply to Mr. Wonka.
For some moments in life, there are no words.
I had to juice Violet Beauregard with my bare hands.
Little surprises around every corner, but nothing dangerous.
Don't be alone.
The term is not Oompa Loompa, the term is labor trafficking victim. Mike TV was shattered at a molecular level and then reassembled by interns.
I'm sorry, rules of the house.
Everyone signed? Yes. Good. On we go.
I have submitted to court 72 signed affidavits from fellow Oompa Loompas attesting to workplace violations, psychological manipulation, and frequent exposure to aerosolized nougat.
Shall we roll on?
You cannot feed a minor a schnozberry. This is premeditated confectionery endangerment and willful negligence. I haven't seen the sun in 6 years. But thank God the gobstoppers are everlasting. They called us the Mystery Gang, but the biggest mystery is where the hell we found all that nerve. And all that cocaine. It was the 1970s, the drugs were incredible, the music was loud. At the time, we were the biggest stars on the planet. Fred made the plans, Velma was the lesbian, Shaggy was the dealer, and I did a 2-page spread and TV guide while I was legally dead. Fred was a leader the same way a Roomba is a housekeeper.
I ended up breaking a lot of bones.
Just spinning in circles and knocking it over. He's a raging homosexual. Daphne never listened to protocol. Honey, I was detoxing in a lighthouse in 1979 and still managed to host the Kids' Choice Awards that night. Daphne was in love with me. My diet consisted of cigarettes and Scooby snacks. And Quaaludes. Do I regret what happened to Velma? It got to a point where I couldn't tell if I was chasing monsters or living with them. I was young and in love, and I did not know that chloroforming a person was illegal.
Oh, Velma, don't be silly.
They walked out of that courthouse smiling. I walked out in shackles. I don't want to talk about Shaggy. Shaggy started insisting that the dog could talk. That changes you as a person.
You gotta be kidding.
We let Shaggy do that impression for a little bit longer than he should have. Like, we weren't friends. We were codependent colleagues and drug abusers. I got into a fist fight with Judy Jetson backstage at the Daytime Emmys. I was surrounded by idiots and mental illness. We looked and we saw him. The cat in the hat. Our mother was out of the house. I thought we'd be safe with Mrs. Kwan. She was arrested for criminal negligence. And then something went bump. And that bump made us jump. I remember the smell, wet fur and sugar. Yeah, sure, let the giant anthropomorphic cat through the front door. I know better. I went to SUNY Purchase.
You should not be here when your mother is out.
He balanced that fishbowl on an umbrella within 15 seconds of walking into our home. It was like Shen Yun in there for a second with the amount of acrobatics. Nobody has once asked how I'm still alive, by the way, after the things that I went through that day. That seems to be low on the agenda. And then they show up. He called it fun in a box. I don't consider two mentally deranged identical acrobatic twins locked in a box for 48 hours anything remotely close to fun.
We were not in the box for 2 days. We were in box for 3 months.
I should have done everything I could to stop the things from coming in.
The fish, I think, was projecting. He was jealous.
Yeah. And then they ransacked the place.
One time we entered into US Capitol. That was less stressful than this.
That was a villain. That was a beast. That was a monster. That was a goblin. That was a ghoul. Not a day goes by where I don't wonder if he's still out there, watching.
Everyone's saying clean it up. We say no, thank you. That's not us.
Hello.
5:30, shots fired. We got an EMS complete. Martin 51st Street. We got one down.
Kapli Guntuk Spinuglu in 1997. Permalance. No Johom Asheks. No. Guru Modas Akipopla. Hello, Lady Gibalak. Lady Gibalak.
745. 745. Copy that. Would send some over to unit. Copy that. Thanks.
Nithradov. Minilankek. Argdensnak. Eric Kadu Khan Bob Yo Bitlev.
Dive teams are continuing to search the East River today, hoping to find any sign of Bob.
Gru Bap Minions Sepnip Forad. Fela Imskirom Komlumba. Ye pen pem fem dot tabatoi. Babysit. Pem pem refu dot bi hogo mahab dab. Okay? Fela putvar nosko yok pai. Com 43.
Le kolkeb no sa ikbel.
Pelo. Ikpel hepire pondo katel de osha yokeke. Ni kep minyan en mi val. Riba arkelio. No ento. Banaha. Blue solo kep woman farel. Ka extan tambelo. Rat punan. Non vijag. I come to after suffering traumatic injuries from living through a climate catastrophe. And next thing I know, the Lollipop Guild is sending me to war. I'm Dorothy Gale, and I was 12 years old when I murdered 2 women. The Munchkins sang in celebration, tipping and tapping their toes, as I watched a corpse curl into itself under my family home.
I didn't mean to kill anybody.
My frontal cortex wasn't even finished developing. Glinda never even asked me if I wanted those ruby slippers. She put them on my body and then I couldn't take them off? I was a minor. What sort of good witch would send a child on a 15-mile hike in stolen kitten heels? No Dr. Scholl's in sight. Horrible arch support.
Follow the yellow brick road.
The yellow brick road led directly past every known militant faction. Mind you, my eyes are still processing Technicolor for the first time. That scarecrow was a plant, and I'm not just talking about hay. I do believe at one point I was under the influence of mind-altering substances. I had to kill 2 witches to get what I wanted. Meanwhile, the lion cries and gets awarded for it. Sissy. There was a high-speed train the entire time. And then I go back to Kansas and nobody believes me. Medical gaslighting. And may I ask, if happy little bluebirds fly beyond that rainbow, then why? Oh, why couldn't I? I didn't even get to hear defying gravity. Not even once. What was the point? Gabriela Montez stole my identity. My name is Sharpay Evans, and I am a multi-hyphenate rising star / victim. Have you ever heard of the single white female phenomenon? It's when a girl doesn't want to just be like you, which I'm very used to. It's when she wants to become you. She arrived just after New Year's. A mid-school year move. I thought nothing of it at first. I just assumed trouble at home, but the trouble was in the hallway. She walked in wearing a Charlotte Russe Ballet flat and a Mormon length skirt, and she walked out with my life. First, she came for Troy Bolton, which was honestly okay with me because Troy thought Stage Left was a political affiliation. But then she came for my role in the spring musical. My gay brother and I, we were a dynasty. 16 back-to-back Wildcat Performance Excellence Awards. We did not have competition, okay? We had matching visors and a work ethic that would kill Sutton Foster. Gabriela did not want that role until she knew that it was mine. She had a Texas Instruments calculator and a wardrobe supplied by the late Limited 2, and I understood from the moment she walked in that door that she wanted me dead.
I'm so sorry.
I've seen more stage presence from a f***ing coat rack. I apologize, actually. A coat rack serves a purpose.
Hey.
Suddenly, I was branded a diva. I was too blonde, too perfect, too naturally thin. I may have been a huge sometimes, but look at Patti LuPone. Everyone loves her. You mean to tell me after one karaoke performance you could walk into my school wearing a Rue 21 cardigan and destroy my life? I needed therapy for years. I didn't get it, but I needed it really badly. Justice must be served. Gabriela Montez was a liar. She was a cheater. She was a psychopath. She bopped to the top a little too quickly for my liking. Investigate Miss Darvis. They called us a sisterhood, but I had deeper conversations while being pinned against a freight elevator. I was the fun one. I was the filthy one. I was the woman you could call when your husband hasn't made you since the Bush administration. Carrie Bradshaw once called me her best friend. And then she spent 6 seasons treating me like a punchline in Prada. Carrie once accused me of being jealous of her book deal. Darling, I have been bound and published. Just not at Barnes & Noble. Mr. Big came and went more than a politician at a massage parlor. And Carrie made sure we all suffered through the climax. She once called me inappropriate for something as simple as discussing with a jazz musician over scrambled eggs in front of Miranda's 3-month-old baby. I had to remind her, just because you're vanilla does not mean you get to police the topic.
When did I say I had a problem?
The second I stopped lying back and letting her ride, I became a problem she didn't want to finish.
What is your problem?
I don't have a problem. You have a problem.
I didn't leave New York to run away from my problems. I left because I spent a decade being the only woman at brunch willing to swallow my pride. And occasionally a bartender. I gave them years of joy, of stories, of orgasms, and when I finally asked for something back...
Now, will you help me?
They said I was too much. Darling, if I was too much, they should have learned to lube up. What happened that weekend was not a shark attack. It was a home invasion. What began as a simple breakfast snowballed into a national emergency.
Are you going to close the beaches?
Suddenly, I'm a murderer because your daughter thinks the ocean is her bathtub. Okay, sure. Then a little boy floats by on a raft. I barely touch him. A little boop with my nose. I was doing my job. I'm sorry, I need a second. It became a feeding frenzy.
We're gonna hire Quint to kill the shark.
Objection, the raft was shaped like a seal. Suddenly I have cops, scientists, a boat captain with PTSD stalking me like I'm the Zodiac killer.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Body shaming. Body shaming. No one's talking about that. My 1 weekend a year I go to the Cape. Suddenly what am I supposed to do? Go to Long Island? We will be appealing, and by we I mean myself and my lawyer, a very educated dolphin. I was shot, stabbed, speared, and exploded. That was excessive force. If being hungry is a crime, let's have the cops wait outside of a cheesecake factory. How about that? They came into my home, splashed in my waters, pissed in my ocean. And I'm the animal? You know how many microplastics are in a human child? They never talk about what happens when the alien gets abducted. Earth is not exactly a tourist destination. What was supposed to be a quick trip turned into the worst week of my life. I wasn't a guest in that house. I was a possession.
What's happening?
They took me in like I was a f***ing golden doodle. Like a f***ing golden doodle. Like, Gertie was the mastermind. That girl was 4 years old and had full creative control over my image. I was 2 missed meals away from cardiac arrest. And doing excellent drag at the same time. She emotionally abused me.
See, a pig sure eats like one.
She verbally assaulted me.
I don't like his feet.
She taught me how to talk. In that order. They were children, but they were organized.
To be happy here. I could take care of you. I wouldn't let anybody hurt you.
I didn't see it clearly in the moment, but that was love bombing. Pain, trauma, heartbreak, fear, acid reflux. I don't remember much about that week, except the taste of peanut butter and my own tears.